Brandel Chamblee, Golf Channel analyst, the opening round of the PGA Championship getting underway in St. Louis. Have you ever had surgery, Brandel?
No, I haven't. I haven't been under the knife. Knock wood.
Okay. So then you probably had a procedure, just never had surgery.
Yes, I've had a few procedures, but never cut on.
All right. Well, that's it, Brandel. That's all we wanted.
Here?
No, we were. Paulie, my producer, had eye surgery, and we didn't know if it was a procedure or not. But we were.
I see.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
No, I have no scars on my body where a doctor cut me open. But yes, I have been on the table a few times trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with me. I don't think they ever came to any conclusions.
When all the surgeries that Tiger has, I'm trying to think if anybody has ever come close to the number of surgeries that Tiger has had in a career.
Well, there used to be a guy on the tour by the name of Bill Glasson. You're a golf fan. You probably remember his name.
Blonde-haired guy?
Blonde-haired guy. I used to joke that if the tour were a tribe, he'd be our chief. I mean, he was physically imposing, intimidating as hell. Nice guy, but he was a gym rat, just like Tiger Woods. And, the story is that he was, his knees were 8 times operated on. Various other parts of his body were cut open. Somehow I think he won 8 times, but yeah, he was a bit of a wreck.
All right, here's my hypothetical. If I said that I could have Tiger win this weekend, or we could string this along for another 2 years while he'll be in contention periodically, he doesn't win a major yet. What is best for golf if Tiger wins this weekend or stays in contention and finally wins a major in 2 years?
Oh, I think if he stays in contention and wins in 2 years, because he continues to bring eyeballs. I mean, triples the ratings when he shows up, and when he contends, it just has everybody in a tizzy. I was, like you, I was watching the Open, and he was tied for lead with 9 to go, and my phone blew up. It was like I had won the dang Open. He just is that magic quality in an athlete that galvanizes, mesmerizes, awes, inspires. Never seen anything like it.
You guys brought up something live from the PGA last night where it appears as if Tiger is getting tired. He's getting worn down here. So if that's the case, what do you expect out of him this weekend?
Just in general, I think, our expectations as it relates to Tiger are unrealistic. They're not in touch with reality. We expect him to come back and dominate because it looks like he's, close to playing golf like he used to. But, if you just look at the 10 most prolific winners in the history of the PGA Tour, after they turned 42, if you add up all 10 of them, they won 2 majors between them. Jack Nicklaus won when he was 46. Phil Mickelson won when he was 43. None of the others in the top 10 of all time, and that's a lot of players over a lot of time, huge sample size. And if you exclude Sam Snead, he was a physical freak, and I think we can say that Tiger Woods doesn't have the flexibility of Snead. The rest of them, that's 9, won on average 1.5 times for the rest of their career after turning 42. So if Tiger Woods won twice the rest of his career, just twice, he would be ahead of the game. And if he won a major, well, it's borderline unprecedented. There's a stress level, I think, that comes with being a superstar. And nobody would have endured more scrutiny and stress than Tiger Woods. And I think it takes a toll. It's a human budget, so to speak. So as good as he is, if he did what you described, if he contended over the next 2 or 3 years, it would be almost unprecedented. It really would be.
Also, you guys brought up on the show last night about, is it best for Tiger to make the Ryder Cup? We know it's great for TV, but do you get the feeling, I think the consensus was Tiger is going to make the Ryder Cup, but is it the best thing for Tiger to be on that Ryder Cup team?
Well, I think so. I mean, he's gone from 600 in the world to 51st in the world. If you just look at his accomplishments this year, all the way to 20th in the Ryder Cup points without having played at all last year, he's worthy of being on the team and certainly played quality enough golf to be on that team and win. He was tied for the lead in the major championship, the last major with 9 to go. Is it best for Tiger Woods? It's best for the team for Tiger Woods to be on that team. I mean, who's going to intimidate Tiger Woods? Not likely anybody.
Yeah, but you guys were talking about him wearing down. I'm saying, is it best for Tiger for Tiger?
I'm not necessarily buying the argument that he's wearing down. I think he's, from a physical standpoint, there are very few players out there more fit than him. It's been put forth that people think he's wearing down. I think his clubhead speed is slowing down because he's let's just say he's getting more and more into tournament speed and less into euphoric speed. I think when he came out on the PGA Tour, it was like, I've got this new toy, and I'm going to swing as hard as I can on every single shot. So you got him maximizing his clubhead speed, and now then I think he's slowed down to sort of cruising speed, which is understandable, and that seems like it would happen sooner or later. His tempo was so fast in transition. It was like he was trying to keep it up with Dustin and, whoever else. And he's 42. 118 miles an hour clubhead speed is cruising speed for him, and that's plenty fast enough to play his best golf.
How many players do you think have a legitimate shot of winning this?
Oh, I'd say 10. 10. I mean, the last 27 majors have been won by players in the top 50 in the world rankings. We don't get surprised in golf very often because power is such a huge force in the game now. It's not majors aren't won by guys picking apart fairways, and power is a far less variable asset than finding fairways and finding greens. You're going to have the same power today as you had yesterday or last week or last year, which is not the case with finding fairways, which is what majors used to be about. So you just look at the longest drivers, the straightest drivers, and then in particular, you look at the longest drivers who work it right to left on this golf course, and that it's probably not even 10. It's probably 5 guys. Rory's there. Justin Thomas is there. Bubba Watson is there because he works it right to left. Phil Mickelson is there because he works it, he can easily work it right to left. John Rahm. And that's about it. I mean, when you're looking at the obvious favorites, you maybe throw in a Henrik Stenson because he's a freak show with his golf clubs. He hits it better than anybody else on tour, but obviously there are other things that matter.
Did you catch some heat from Rory McIlroy, if I have this right, where you were saying he spends too much time working out? And because I saw where you guys mentioned that Rory is now not going to be working out as much as he used to.
Yeah, I mean, not so much. Rory sent a tweet out to me where he was squatting, and I can't remember what he said in it, but maybe it was just him squatting, and the opinion was that it was like in your face. But I saw Rory a couple weeks later, and he was like, "Hey man, I was just having fun with you." And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's the way I took it. I thought it was a good tweet. He was like, yeah, I was just joking around. I said, look, man, I'm a 56-year-old man. I'm like an old man talking to a young man and saying, just be careful that you don't injure yourself, because if you look at the most physically fit, freaked out gym rats, Jason Day's in there. He's been injured. Justin Rose has been in there. He's injured. Tiger Woods spent more time on the gurney than on the golf course, in the last 5-6 years. So I'm just sort of giving you a little caveat to be aware of. But he is spending less time in the gym, or so that's what I hear, which is a good thing. I think you need some flexibility and some strength, but this obsession with going to the gym is, in my opinion, it's not doing him any good. I mean, people look at Dustin Johnson and they think he's a absolute physical freak. Well, he's been on the tour for 10 years roughly. When he came onto the tour, he had 123 mile an hour clubhead speed. How many thousands of hours has he spent in the gym? He still has 123 mile an hour clubhead speed. He hasn't increased his clubhead speed, not one bit. And ostensibly, that's why you're going there. I mean, it looks good, no question about it. But I don't think the gym. I think the gym is for more vanity reasons than for athletic reasons.
But this is the Tiger effect.
It's absolutely the Tiger effect. People forget that Tiger swung faster and played just as well, if not better, when he was sinewy. He traded speed for strength. I don't think it was a good trade. I don't think it was a good trade at all. I think he ruined the best body in the history of golf.
Well, finish this though, Brandel. If Tiger doesn't lift weights, ...
he would have won 20 plus major championships and 100 plus events. He would be hitting the ball right now probably is longer than anybody on the PGA Tour. When he played, think about this. In 1996, he played in the Masters, and he averaged 340 yards off of the tee. The next year, when he won by 12, he averaged 320 yards off of the tee. Now, he was longest by 46 yards in 96 and 20 yards in 97. Think about that. And that was before the solid core golf ball. Nobody's averaged that with the solid core golf ball, and nobody's averaged that with the 45-inch driver. He was playing a 43.5-inch driver with a wound golf ball, and he was averaging 346 and 320. He was longest by 46 and 20 yards. Wow. And when he started working out, and he still managed to win the Masters, obviously, in 2000, 2001, 2005, but he was averaging along the lines of 290, 280, never sniffed what he was averaging when he was a kid. That sinewy, that quick snapping speed was what he had, and it was a gift. Hogan had fast hips, but before, since Hogan, there was nobody with hips faster than Hogan until Tiger came along. And he traded all of that speed for strength. And I think it was purely for, vanity reasons. He has an obsession with perfection, perfect golf swing. He's changed his swing 3 or 4 times. Cost him 2 years each time he did it. It changed his body because he was looking for the perfect body. And it who knows what that cost him in time and injuries and majors and tournaments. So as much as Tiger, we've learned from him how to be great, or players have learned from him how to be great, they also, I think, could be admonished by what he's done that's held him back from fulfilling all that potential that he had.
But does he know this?
I don't think so. I think he would say that, everybody can rationalize. People rationalize whatever it is they do. And he would say it was his obsession with perfection that got him where he was in 95, 96. And it's what led to the swing that won 4 majors in a row in 2000, and led to his high winning percentage in 2005. So he would argue that it was worth it. But I would say that the greatest asset any athlete has is time. And he took 2 years in 98, 99, 2 years in 2003, 2004, and 2 years in 2010 and 11 to arrive at the same place where he was before he decided to change his golf swing. He was dominating, changed his golf swing. Took 2 years, dominating. Changed his golf swing. Took 2 years, dominating. So why would you make changes to arrive right back where you are? No athlete in the history of any sport has ever done that. No athlete. This would be like Michael Jordan deciding to change his technique after the 98 season and, coming back and shooting free throws a completely different way or whatever. I mean, it just would never happen. No athlete has ever done it or will ever do it. Tiger is the only one.
Good stuff as always, Brandel. Tell the boys we said hello, and I'll be watching tonight.
All right, Dan. Thanks so much. You guys have a good week and a good show.
Brandel Chamblee. Well, he put some pressure on us to have a good show. Man, you can't promise what you can't deliver.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.